dead.
As the king wept in grief, he convinced everybody.
Procne stripped off her royal garments, wrapped herself in black. She built a tomb without the body for her sister.
There, she made offerings to a ghost which did not exist, mourning the fate of a sister who endured a fate utterly different. A year went by. Philomela, staring at the massive stone walls and being stared at by the guards, was still helpless, locked up in her dumbness and her prison. But frustration prolonged begets invention, and vengeful anger nurses it.
She set up a Thracian loom and wove on a white fabric scarlet symbols that told in detail what had happened to her. A servant who understood her gestures but knew nothing of what she carried took this gift to Procne, the queen.
Procne saw the only interpretation was the ruin of her own life. In those moments, her restraint was superhuman. Her grief so sudden, so huge, that even mere words seemed paltry. None could lift to her lips. In one drop of bitterness, as tears gushed her eyes, by the single devouring idea of revenge. Revenge had swallowed her whole being. She had plunged into a labyrinth of plotting, where right and wrong, good and evil, forgot their difference.
Now came the festival of Bacchus, celebrated every third year by the young women of Thrace.
Procne, dressed as a worshipper, joined the uproar.
Berserk, she hurled herself through the darkness, terrifying.
She found the hidden fort in the forest. Procne freed her sister and brought her home to the palace.
Philomela felt she might die of sheer fear when she realized she was in the house of her ravisher.
Tears can help us. Only the sword, or something more pitiless even than the sword. Oh, my sister, nothing now can soften the death that Tears is going to die. Let me see this palace on flame, and Tears, a blazing insect in it, making it brighter. Let me break his jaws and hang him by his tongue and saw it to a broken knife. Let me dig his eyes out of their holes. Give me the strength, you gods, to butcher his limbs out of their chunk and to twist his hips and shoulders off their socket, till his soul of very terror scatter away to 1,000 exits. Let me kill him. Oh, however we kill him, our revenge has to be something that will appall the heaven and the hell and stupefy the earth.
While Procne raved, Itis came in. Mummy, 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 mummy.
Her hard eyes, she saw what had to be done. Her fury seemed to be holding its breath at that moment. As tears burned her eyes, she could feel the love for her child softening she has no tongue to utter a word of hers. He can call me mother, but she cannot call me sister. This is the manner of marriage, you daughter of Vanir. Ye, your father's shame, his reason for despair. To love this monster Tyrius, or pity him. You're a monster! It's monstrous!
Mama.
Staring into his face, Procne pushed a sword through his chest and slashed his throat. Now, the two sisters ripped the hot little body into pulsating goblets. The room was awash with blood as they cooked his remains. Some gasping in bronze pots, some weeping on spits.
A feast followed. Procne invited one guest only, her husband.
Where's Artis? Bring him.
He's here already. He's here, inside. He cannot be closer to you.
Furious. No, brother! Dad! I am the tomb of my boy! Dad! Dad!
He came after them, and those who were running seemed to be flying. And suddenly, they were flying. One swerved on her wings into the forest. The other, with blood still on her breast, flew up under the eaves of the palace. Tyreus, charging blindly after them in his delirium of grief and vengeance, no longer caring what had happened. He too was suddenly flying. On his head and shoulders, a crest of feathers. Instead of a sword, a long curved beak, like a warrior transfigured, with battle frenzy dashing into battle.
You have become a hero.
Philomela mourned